All right, that's quite a welcome, huh? It's good to see you all here. Thanks for taking some time to come over to Mackey Stadium and Basin Street Club today for what we think is a pretty special announcement and something we've been working on for a while. But before I get into those comments, I just want to welcome a few people, thank a few people. This is quite a process, and want to make sure we recognize some folks here today. So first and foremost, the president of the university, and I love the fact that he comes to so many of our athletic events, and he's so involved in athletics. Even for a press conference like this, the busiest guy on our campus, please want to thank and recognize our president, Dr. Mark Johnson. Thanks, boss. And any type of a conversation like this and changing or going into a new partnership like this, a major partnership, takes a lot of people across campus. And I want to thank and recognize some people that are here today. And I kind of consider them our campus partners, friends, of course, around campus, but from our university, marketing, communications, branding, kind of the university identity folks. There's 4 people here: Thomas White, Carrie Garcia, David Branby, and Michael Brown. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate it. From our President's Council is made up of leadership of the university, and we're pleased to have folks from that group here today. Steve Smith is our Chief Information Officer. I'm not sure the exact title, Steve, but thank you for being here, Steve. Our Director of Governmental Affairs, Heidi Gansert, who might be the best athlete in the room here today. Heidi, thanks for being here. 2 folks that are heavily involved in everything we do in athletics, and couldn't have done this project without them, is from our budget and finance office, Vince Johnson and Arsenio Escuerdo. Thank you for being here. And I didn't see him, but dear friend of Wolfpack Athletics, and I feel like we talk to him about it every day, every week, for sure. Tim McFarling from University Human Resources. Thank you, Tim, for being here. And last but not least, and this is one of the biggest Wolfpack fans on campus that you may not know. He's a huge Wolfpack fan, but he runs the Joe Crowley Student Union. Chuck Price, thank you for being here, Chuck. Appreciate you. And another group of folks I want to recognize and thank, because this is part of this conversation we'll have going forward. In addition to our campus partners, our community partners, and that's kind of our retail partnerships. And it's really important that this type of project involves and integrates everyone in our campus, in our community as well. And certainly our partners with our in-stadium, in-venue, you see them everywhere, from Silver and Blue Outfitters, Mark Lekowski. Mark, thanks for being here. We appreciate you. From the Wolf Shop over in the Joe Crowley Student Union, Corey Moe and Lauren Anderson, thank you for being here. From Shields, which, if you didn't know, is my son's favorite place to shop. We're there about every weekend, I think, buying something. But Shields, Jason Weldon, Ryan Renard. And then over in the Legends Mall also, if you didn't know, there's an Adidas outlet. And so we're pleased to have folks from the Adidas outlet here as well. Again, that might be my new favorite place to shop. So our community partners, our retail partners, thank you all for being here. We appreciate it, and certainly we'll be talking more in the future. Last part of the thank yous, and this is a big deal for me because it just shows you how many people are involved in this type of decision, how many people are involved in this type of project. And it started off, we hired a consultant firm. It's a group out of Chicago with another office in Scottsdale. It's called Navigate Research, and they do a lot of great work in terms of benchmarking and data analysis, give us a lot of information that can help us make decisions. But AJ Maestas, James Gilmore, thank you so much for your help with this. And then the selection committee, right? So a broad group of campus people, obviously athletic department people. Today, as we enter this partnership, today as we do this research and we're considering the different options, I asked again, what does Adidas stand for? And obviously the conversation is much different than what an 8-year-old might think. But in these terms, it's what does this company stand for? What does Adidas stand for as a company, as a brand, and how does that compare to the other options and the other alternatives? And it's interesting because what we learned about Adidas really aligned in a lot of ways with what we believe in at Nevada, at the University of Nevada, and what we believe in for Wolfpack athletics. And it became more and more clear that this was going to be a great partnership for us because what Adidas has always believed in from the early days, from Adi Dassler to 2018, and what this global athletics company believes in, very, very similar. So 3 things that stood out to me that Adidas stands for. One is Adidas stands for the athlete, right? They always have from the earliest days. They believe in building products that enhance performance, and it's all about the athlete, right? At the very core of Adidas is innovation and technology. They're always innovating, trying to figure out what the next best thing is for the athlete. How do we make the athletes faster? How do we make the athletes perform better? How do we make them perform at a higher level? It's always about the athlete. And you know, there's other companies out there that are more marketing companies, and there's other companies out there that do different things, but Adidas was always and always has been, and I imagine always will be, about the athlete. And that's just what we are. We put the student athlete on the top of everything we do. Every decision we make is about the student athlete, and I believe that aligns with what Adidas believes. The second thing that Adidas stands for is value, right? It's probably the reason why my parents bought me a lot of Adidas gear back in the day, right? They provide great products at a good price. And that's, as consumers and as athletic director and athletic department, that's what we're looking for. We want great products and get it at a good price so we can stretch our dollar and provide the most gear, the most products, and the best products we can to our athletes and to our teams. And the third thing, and this was a big differentiator for me and for our committee, was Adidas stands for service, right? It's a big deal. It really is. And other brands, other companies out there, everyone we talked to across the country, everyone in our research talked about Adidas product is as good or better than anyone you're going to talk to, but their service is a lot better than anyone you're going to talk to. And what that means for us is when you have needs, because we all do, all of our coaches, all of our athletes have needs, you can call someone at Adidas and they answer your question and they get back to you right away. There's not a tiering system where you're kind of, we'll get back to you next week. It's an immediate response from the same person, and we're thrilled to have that person here today. And I want to introduce her, Stephanie Temple over here. Thank you for being here, Stephanie. But one of the things about what Stephanie does, which is unique, is a lot of times you have these like team managers, the people that kind of manage all of our needs, and they may handle 15 or 20 other schools around the country. Stephanie has five, right? So I imagine when we call you, it's going to be right back to us, and how do I get that to you? How do we service? How do we solve the problem? And that's what I heard from everyone around the country, all of my colleagues and people that are in this business, that Adidas responds right away. So service is a big, big deal for us. And again, I think that's something that really aligns with what we believe in, is service-oriented, service mindset. It's in our core values in this department. So lastly, I want to think about this partnership in a bigger thing. This isn't just about Wolfpack athletics. It's not just about what our football or basketball or baseball or softball, soccer teams are going to wear. It's not about just that. Right? We've got to think about this in a larger way, in a fully integrated way with our campus partners. Right? I want everyone on this campus to be wearing Adidas Wolfpack gear. And we're going to work with our President's Council. We're going to work with everyone on campus to try to make that happen. I really want our community, we talk constantly about one community, one pack. Right? I want our community to be one community, one brand. I want Adidas everywhere, Wolfpack Nation wearing Adidas. Right? So whenever you see someone running around town wearing Adidas, you know they're a Wolfpack fan. Okay? That's a big deal for us. It's fully integrated so that everywhere you go, you know Wolfpack fans are Adidas, and you know Adidas wearing people are Wolfpack fans. That's a really big deal for us. We're incredibly excited to begin this new partnership. It is a relationship. It is a friendship already. I'm thrilled to welcome Adidas as the newest member of the Wolfpack family. And I'd like to invite one of the executives from Adidas to come up and say a few words. If you would, please welcome our dear friend, Derek Stucker, Director of Team Sales.
Well, wow. Certainly excited here to represent the brand. What a great turnout and what an amazing opportunity here. Really want to echo what Doug has said. I mean, he really nailed it. Might need to take the tape on this and bring it back to Portland and rehearse this with our upcoming partnerships. But certainly I want to thank Doug and Rory and the entire administration. Again, we've got our team here. I know Stephanie got called out, but kind of walking through and doing our tours the last couple of days, there's one statement that says one pack, one community, and we essentially have our pack here today. So while Stephanie is one of the leaders, we also have Jeannie and Haley from our marketing and comms team that will be spending the day with us here as well. So I just want to call them and attention to them. With this partnership, for me personally, it has a kind of a hometown feel because, again, my parents have decided to reside here in town. So while you might see Stephanie 4 or 5 times a year, you also might have me accompany with her for certainly from a business perspective, but also a personal perspective. So again, great to be able to come to this wonderful part of the country. And again, certainly wonderful to have my parents. So I expect Rory and the administration knocking on their door for maybe a donation, maybe a future season ticket holder here pretty soon, but certainly excited to share that with them as well. With that, again, I think where these two brands, I think where this partnership has started and where it's going, you can see, again, you can feel the momentum as an outsider looking in, the excitement that this community, certainly the athletic department, is bringing. It kind of falls in line with where we stand as a brand. If you follow where we are today, we've kind of resurrected our brand the last 2 years. And again, I'd like to think that certainly the last couple of years, what we're seeing on court, certainly off court, a lot of things on the recruiting side, where both brands are meeting, we are super excited to where this partnership is going to take. And again, I think this is just the coming out party, if you will, for both of us, moving forward. With this, again, we're here today. While we're celebrating this here today, I know we have a head coaches meeting. We're going to take a little bit more time and dive into this. This is not the first time nor the last time you guys will see us here on campus. And again, on behalf of the brand, we can't be more excited to be a part of this community, certainly part of the athletic department. And again, we want to thank you for everyone coming out. Appreciate that. I never got one more before. Adidas. Thank you. That was a nice sign.